I know you want to achieve your potential, and what's probably holding you back is your routine. Yeah, your routine. That you're often too many times at the mercy of life's events versus taking charge and taking control of your time so you can be more intentional. I'm going to share with you how to put together a solid, consistent daily routine. And yeah, you're not going to be able to do this every single day. Sometimes you do travel, but I promise if you adhere to this routine, for most of your days, you're going to find more in control of your time and more presence in your life. And that's going to help you become the actual person in charge of you. Not just that commanding general on the battlefield, but that nurturing, caring parent to others. You are going to realize your potential. So let's talk about these practices. Practice number 1, and this is really important. You've likely heard the phrase, win the morning, win the day. I love that, and I'm going to change it up a little bit. It's not about waking up and just taking charge. It's really, what are you doing the night before to set your future self up for success? So my number 1 is have a solid nighttime routine. Stop looking at screens, TV, phone, messages, whatever it is, an hour before you go to bed. Just turn it off. And then what are you going to do next? You can reflect, you can talk, you can journal. Right here is my gratitude journal. You see it? I always write 3 things I am most grateful for. And that helps me poise and prime my mind to let go of the stress of the day and just center on, I have a really good life. I know crazy stuff is happening, but I'm not going to let it take control of me. I'm going to come back to a loving heart and a gratitude practice. One thing else I do is I read. It just helps me decompress from the day, it detach from emotions, it takes me away. So I'm writing, I'm reading, I'm not looking at screens. And then when my head hits the pillow and I close my eyes, kind of give myself some self-compassion, some self-care. I tell myself who I am. The world tries to define us all the time. We get bombarded with messages based on what other people think of us. What I like to do before I have hopefully 8 hours of sleep is give myself some messages of who I think I am, the type of person I know that I can be. And that gives me in my mind 8 hours of just kind of meditating on these wonderful ideas about who I believe I am. That helps me wake up really thinking and feeling inspired by my potential. So again, get your nighttime routine, fill it with self-care, fill it with self-compassion, give yourself a lot of love and get that sleep in. That is so critical. That would be my number 2. You can see, right, my Aura ring. I track my sleep. I want to get quality sleep because if we don't have quality sleep, it's like the day is shot. So nighttime routine, quality sleep, at least, I'm glad this isn't my middle finger, 8 hours of sleep, just try it. It will change your life. Then when you wake up in the morning, very first thing, do not look at your phone. Have a solid morning routine that starts with you. Don't let the outside world in. You take control of your time and you choose when to engage the outside world. So what I do in the morning is very first thing, I do have an alarm. It does wake me up. I just am not a natural 5 a.m. person, but that is my wake up time. Whatever you have to do, wake up before your family wakes up or other people around you are waking up. It just helps you feel as if you're in command and in control of your life. So I wake up at 5, I go get my cup of coffee, I sit my journal on my lap, and then I just start writing. I write in my journal, I think about just what I want to, what's been happening, what's on my mind, and how I'm going to be intentional that day. And once that journal practice is done, I then start looking at the news. I go from the national news so I can see some of the global, international, national headlines. I work it all the way down to my local community so I can stay informed. I like to be a thought leader in my space, which means I actually have to have thoughts. I need to know what's going on in the world around me. Creates context for the leadership guidance that I hope to impact. And so that is what I do. My morning routine with, waking up journaling, reading the news probably takes about 30, 45 minutes. But then what happens next is I run. I'm a huge runner. It's kind of like therapy for me. It started out as physical fitness for my body, but it became like therapy for my mind. I can't live without it. It's just the way it is. So I will do physical activity. I'll have a healthy breakfast, and then I greet the world. I like to invest in me, and you can see, like, right, my nighttime routine, my sleep routine, my morning routine is me investing in me, because I know that I'm only as good as the gifts I give myself. And if I can give myself mental, emotional, physical activity, I am in a really great place to be a better leader to the people around me. So when I choose to engage with work, I'm truly a servant to others because I have had my needs taken. I am ready to take care of others. I hope these tips are helpful for you. Again, nighttime routine, get your sleep in, morning routine, and then greet the world. If you can start coordinating and organizing your life around these practices and habits, I promise you what you're going to find is more peace, more control of your mental and emotional state, and more satisfaction as you move through the day. You're not going to feel like that dog, on the choker collar that's getting pulled left and right. You're going to feel more present, which is going to invite more fulfillment in. If this has been a helpful practice, please leave a comment. You may have additional things you do to really gain control of your presence and your time. I'd love to hear what those practices and techniques are. Also, subscribe to the actual Angie channel. I am here to serve you. I want to give you gifts that allow you to be fully present in your life, and I'm so grateful that we're on this journey together. Take care.